In a decade, the warming shelter located in downtown Sioux City is closing its doors for good.
KTIV's Taylor Deckard is following this story today and joins us now in studio with more on today's announcement of the closing. Taylor, what are they saying?
Yes, well, the news broke this morning. It's an announcement that staff at the warming shelter say blindsided them. They were told yesterday during a staff meeting that the closing of the warming shelter was going to put more homeless on the streets in Sioux City. And heading into the winter months, they're worried about the population's overall being. The board of directors made the decision based on a lack of resources and community funding. The warming shelter offers a space out of the elements to an average of 125 people per night. They currently let the public come in 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. Staff say they're working on getting these residents alternative housing leading up to the closure date on October 1st.
My heart broke. Where is everybody going to go? We have over 100, between 100 and 200 residents that have no place to go and no family.
That was Donna Hartnett, who has a unique timeline with the warming shelter. 5 years ago, Donna and her husband were homeless and were residents at the shelter. She said the shelter changed her life for the better. She's now even employed at the shelter.
It changed my life. I'm a recovering addict. I have 4.5 years clean. I was here during my addiction, but it was somewhere for me to go to stay warm in the winter months.
She says that she wouldn't have made it without the warming shelter. And right now the community can come in 3 days a week for shelter, shower, and supplies. When you think of the average homeless person, you might think of a single male, often maybe facing an addiction. But while I was there, I was told there was a family of 9 staying there at the shelter. So the organization lets a lot of families and individuals of all kinds in. If anyone wants to assist the warming shelter with this transition or offer assistance for the families, reach out to the shelter directly. Al, Larry, back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Taylor.